It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Coach's Show brought to you in part by our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric, serving the community by providing affordable, reliable, and safe electricity. Online at mte.com. A little electricity last night at Blackman for the Oakland Patriots. A final 32-0. Oakland the winner. Coach, I think you look at that score and can be a little deceiving. It was a full four-quarter game for your guys at Blackman.
Yeah. Got the clock running right there at the end, the mercy rule right there in the fourth quarter. But, it was four quarters, and, pretty much both team starters stayed in the whole time. That's good for us. I mean, we hadn't been able to, keep those guys in and with clocks running and stuff. So 7-0 at halftime. Give Blackman a lot of credit. It was a heck of a game all the way through. A couple mistakes for them right there at the end, added some easy scores. But there's nothing easy about moving the ball on their defense. Their defense is really good. But then, I got to brag on our defense. I think their leading rusher had 15 yards rushing last night. Their leading receiver had 0 catches. I mean, I think our defense did a heck of a job. Coach Watson, who used to be at Blackman, is over here with us, and we're so glad to have him. That sucker had a good game plan together, and the kids played hard. That was the biggest thing. Our kids played hard, and they played all four quarters.
Watson still got Oakland blood in him. I mean,
that's right. He's an Oakland alum.
From I think they had leather helmets back in the day when he played.
He's the one that kind of helped design that jersey we got.
Oh, is that right?
It says Murfreesboro on the back. That was a throwback to his playing days of, 86, 87. The away jerseys where they had Murfreesboro on the back, and I thought that was pretty cool. So we wore those last night, and Blackman pulled out some smoky gray uniforms. I thought they looked good. A great environment last night for high school football. Stands were packed. Blackman definitely won at the gate. There was probably, 50,000 at least at the gate. And then, of course, a big shout out to their administration for doing a great job of just managing the whole, situation. I mean, it's just, people think about principals and they think they're, signing off on tardies and sending a kid to ISS or something. But their job on a Friday is, it's 16-hour days, and they're out there doing stuff that principals, usually didn't go to school for, didn't sign up for. And I thought they did a heck of a job of getting people in and out. I think it was the local police department out there directing traffic, people getting stuck left and right, just parking in the grass. And they say at kickoff, it was lined up all the way to I-24 trying to get into that ball game. And that's awesome. That's exactly what you want in this region. 2 undefeated teams playing, and you want it packed.
Yeah, well, that traffic, it was second quarter, and still the traffic backed up to the interstate I-24. So you look at any level. I'm a football fan, but any level of football, I mean, there's nothing more pure than coming out on a Friday night and watching two really good high school football teams. And this community supports it. You see it. You've been here long enough to know.
Yep. And, Murfreesboro, they still love high school football. And, like I said, you saw their student section was phenomenal last night, but then you see a lot of older people pulled up, and they knew that was the game of the week, and they had to go watch it. And, anybody that couldn't, hopefully they tuned in, watched it online or listened on the radio. Ultimately, it was viewed by a lot of people, and it didn't disappoint. A lot of times big games don't live up to the hype, but that one did. And 7-0 ball game, to start the third quarter, it made for, what you want to see in a big time region matchup.
Well, I kind of thought at coin toss, when you're kicking off to Blackman, it's like, well, Oakland's going to have the ball to start the third quarter. And you all make adjustments. Your team responds. Whatever happens at halftime, It's like magic. You have a 7-0 lead at halftime and then come out and chew the clock in the third quarter and end it with a score. When you go up by 2 scores and give the opponent the ball with 5-6 minutes left in the third, is that your MO? Do you like to do that?
Well, I mean, we always say our most important drive is the one out of halftime. The one out of halftime, you kind of feel each other out for a couple quarters. And the one out of halftime is most important. And by deferring the coin toss and getting the ball kicked off in the second half, then we knew that Bourne Bozen was going to kick it through the back of the end zone. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that any last night. And so we were going to have to start on the 20. And so our challenge at halftime, I mean, there wasn't no screaming or hollering or anything like that. We just talked to them, coached them up a little bit, and said, we need to go 80 yards on this drive. It's the whole ball game. And then they made a mistake by jumping off sides, and we went for 2, and so it became 15-0. And that's that kind of put them in a bind a little bit.
I wanted to talk about field position because that you talked about being at the 20 and all. Field position was kind of tough for you guys in the first. They have a couple of big returns on the night, and one of those being early, and it sometimes it takes a little bit to get out of that hole, and it took a few series to get things rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I think their special teams outplayed us for sure. Coach Holman, former Oakland Patriot himself, he's over at Blackman running their special teams. I thought he did a great job. Had at least 3 good kickoff returns that put them in good field position. Started the game on our side of the 50, that's never good. They did a great job of protecting for their punter. We've been known for blocking punts all year. I think we got close one time, but the one time we did get close, they punted it 70 yards because we didn't have a returner back there. We sent 11 guys to block it, and so give credit to those guys for protecting it, and of course the kicker for not just getting rid of it, but having a roll on that turf. And you talk about flipping the field. I'm serious. It was almost a 70-yard punt.
Yeah. About a 30-yard roll, but I mean, it was a good punt.
We got in our own way on a couple things. We should have had somebody back there to at least stop it from rolling. And then, of course, we should not run backwards on a screen pass on the 8-yard line. We shouldn't go backwards like 15 yards on that. So we took ourselves out of field goal range. Penalties cost us a couple times. But ultimately, everybody kind of settled down, and then we started, playing Oakland football.
We are talking Oakland football with Kevin Creasy this morning. Every team's got that player that's just steady and keeps things going. And your SRM concrete solid performer from last night in this game, I thought Dante Cameron's quarterback play. 12 carries, 163 yards. He was 3 for 3 passing, and that's got to take his passing percentage in the high 80s. And a lot of people see those stats, and those are good full game stats, but he's playing half a game. I mean, it's every other play. I mean, it's pretty remarkable.
Yep. We've got 2 quarterbacks, both of them really good. And Dante, definitely showed off with his legs. It's been one of those deals where we knew both quarterbacks could throw it. But, man, he turned out to be a big-time runner for us last night. Made some incredible cuts and moves and made people miss. We hadn't really seen that side of Dante, and just an explosive dual-threat quarterback.
I want to spend some time talking about that David Watson defense, too, here, because they were very solid. And I heard a stat that your starting defense has not been scored on since first half in that CPA game in week 1.
That's right.
Did you realize that?
Yeah.
I'm sure you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of shutouts. That's a lot of good defense being played, and it only takes one guy to make a mistake for somebody to score. And whether it's a blown coverage or a mismatch, or somebody doesn't fit a gap right and they just spring one on you. So for that much consistency to happen over that amount of time, it's pretty impressive. And like I said, props to the defense. They play hard. That's the best compliment I can give them. Every game they are undersized. we go at the coin flip, and every game our guys are looking up at somebody. We're the smaller team in every game we've played so far this year. But those dudes out there on defense, they don't care how big the guy is in front of them. They play their guts out. They play hard. They use what they do have, speed sometimes, aggressiveness, physicality, the weight room, and they use it to their advantage. And so a lot of credit got to be given to our senior linebacker, Cullen Williams. He's kind of the leader of the defense, and he had a heck of a game last night.
He did. I think he leads your team in tackles as well, if I remember correctly from the stats. And there was one kid who makes a difference in a ball game. Gainer was not able to play last night. So you're even shifting people around on defense and still pitched the shutout at a good Blackman team. Yeah.
Kyrie is a heck of a player, Kyrie Gainer, and so we had to shuffle some people around and people playing different positions, but they got coached up and did a heck of a job for us.
Kyrie's one of those kids that he's gonna make a play that stands out every single game.
That's right.
Not multiple, but he's gonna get one.
That's right, and we're hoping to have him back by the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sure. So, well, we come in on a short week this week, and you get to host a home region game on Thursday with the Rockville Rockets, and they had a huge win over Siegel last night, and keep themselves in the playoff hunt here. And it's wild. We're talking about week 7 and playoff hunts right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And there's still a lot of people that are playing for that playoff spot, and so Rockville, they need I think another win, and so we want to make sure that's not against us. And then of course short week is always challenging. I think it may be homecoming too. I'm not even sure. Senior night, homecoming, something. But it's right before fall break, so we want everybody to come out and support these guys on Thursday night.
Well, these home games are important because it takes money to go on the road and all that kind of stuff. So
that's right.
Get out and support your hometown local team, whatever team that might be. And if you're an Oakland Patriot fan, you've got an opportunity on Thursday night to see some Thursday night lights. Coach, appreciate it. And these are nights that hopefully, like last night, these kids will be able to go and, when they're talking to their kids and even their grandkids, they can say, well, we played and did this. And, that's where memories are made on Friday nights.
Yeah. Somebody had a shot of, I think it was Tut running a touchdown, but whoever it was a long run. And in the background, you can just see every seat at Blaze Stadium is full.
Yeah.
I mean, how many, Tut may get to do that at Oxford someday, playing for Ole Miss, but probably 8 of the 11 other guys will never get a chance to play in front of a packed house like that. And I give our guys credit, man. They perform well on the road in a hostile environment.
Coach, appreciate it. We'll see you next Saturday to talk about the first 2/3 of the season. Kind of crazy, but we'll see you then.
Sounds good.
Kevin Creasy joining us here on the Coach's Show, brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, who will work with you to develop a complete tailored strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin.
Raider Tees isn't just